Hello everybody and welcome back. If you've seen my first video, you'll know that I'm about to start a biologic treatment for my psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. Somebody's asked me today if I will show my skin and show where I've got psoriasis and what it looks like. And I will be doing that, but because I'm starting my biologics on Monday, I would rather show you my skin on the day that I start treatment, and then I can show you it at different stages throughout the treatment, so you can see the progression. I thought that I should let you all know how I first found out I had psoriasis. If I'm going to do this, I might as well do it properly and start from the beginning and take you through my journey up until now. You'll have to excuse me because I haven't got an editor on the video settings at the moment, and I've got a dog around my feet and a cat climbing around my head. It's just another normal day in our house. So basically, I was 27 when I first found out I had psoriasis. It started at a really stressful time in my life, and they do say that psoriasis can be linked to stress or aggravated by stress. I was trying to do a nursing degree, and I had 2 young children, both under the age of 2, who were in different nurseries. I didn't have a car, so I was on public transport, trying to take 2 children to 2 different places, and then get myself to university, either to lectures or to go and do a shift on the ward. So obviously it was really hard trying to get their bags ready in the evening for the next day with their bottles and all the things that they needed, and get myself ready. So I think I was doing far too much and trying to be superwoman, and this is when my psoriasis began. So my first symptom was I had a small patch of dry skin in the back of my scalp, which was very itchy and flaky, and I thought maybe I'd been sensitive to a shampoo or conditioner that I'd used, or that I just had a sore in my head. But unfortunately it didn't go away, and it just grew bigger and bigger. It got to about the size of a 50p piece, which is in the UK about this big, and I decided I needed a little trip to the GP. The GP thought that I had a fungal infection, and he gave me some cream for that, but unfortunately it didn't work because it wasn't a fungal infection. So the next step then was some antibiotics, because he thought perhaps it was a bacterial infection instead. The antibiotics didn't work. I finished that course of treatment, and during this time the psoriasis started to spread to my body, to my limbs, to my torso, to my arms and legs. And I was back and forth to the GP, and I was very lucky that in my doctor's surgery, one of the doctors specialised in dermatology, which is all to do with our skin. And he referred me to a consultant dermatologist in the hospital. By the time I got my appointment in the hospital, my whole body was covered in psoriasis. It was very red, it was very angry, it was very sore, and one of my knees was swollen up to twice the size, and I couldn't bend or straighten it, which I've later found out was psoriatic arthritis. I'm not sure if many people know, but you can have psoriatic arthritis without having psoriasis, and vice versa. Some people develop psoriatic arthritis and others don't. It's just one of those things, we're all different. Anyway, back to the story. I was admitted to hospital where I spent 6 weeks being looked after by some amazing staff, nurses. And the funny part was I'd been doing shifts on the ward as part of my nurse training, and I ended up being a patient and having some of my fellow students actually looking after me in the hospital. And I did let them do some extra tests on me, like blood pressure and taking my pulse or whatever, just to help them along, because I knew what situation they were in. I would have been in the same situation myself, and it's really helpful when patients let you do observations on them as part of your training. Anyway, the doctor prescribed me a medication called cyclosporin, which I believe is used in transplants to dampen the immune system, to stop your body rejecting a transplanted organ. And obviously psoriasis is an autoimmune disease, so it was hoped that that medication would dampen the immune system to slow down the cycle of psoriasis. I spent 6 weeks having nurses putting cream on me, moisturising cream from head to toe. I met an absolutely amazing lifelong friend while I was in hospital, and I'll be talking about her a lot because without her support I don't think I would be here today. She's helped me so much. She's such a positive, strong person. Her name is Nikki, and I'd like to say hello to her and tell her thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. I'll be telling everybody all about you in another video. So yeah, I've been back and forth to see a consultant dermatologist for the last 10, 11 years. Every 3 months, I have regular blood tests. I've been on numerous medications. I've had numerous treatments. I will do a video about which medications I've tried, how many times I've had phototherapy. But I just basically wanted to let you know how my psoriasis started, and a little fun fact at the end of my treatment, I did discharge myself from hospital for a weekend because of my sister, who decided we were going to Glastonbury. And while it was against medical advice at the time, which I don't advise anybody to do, on return to the hospital after the weekend, the doctor agreed that the good time that I'd had away with my sister was more beneficial to my health than I would have been stuck in hospital. Anyway, more stories if you want to hear them. Lots of things to talk about. But in the meantime, I leave you with the thought of the day, which is beauty is only skin deep.